Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga Universe, presented by Grind TV, where we practice yoga all over the universe. This week we are live from a tropical, deserted island. My name is Tuazon Shemai from Summit to Sea Yoga and Retreats, and this is my friend Kat McKee. I'm here every Tuesday leading you through a 30-minute flow that will help you stay strong and flexible for your choice of sport. So let's go ahead and get started. Awesome. Kat, go ahead and lay on your back. And if you have any props or blocks, this is a great heart opener to release any tight chest and muscles in your front body. All right, and then your choice, you can take your legs out in Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of your feet touch, knees butterfly out, or you can just keep your legs long for like you would do for Shavasana. Your choice. Okay, and then your arms out nice and wide. Close your eyes and just start to welcome in your breaths. So integrating your breath cycles. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then an open mouth, exhale. Another deep breath in and open mouth, exhale. Nice. And then start to welcome in your Ujjayi breathing. So this is the breath of yoga. As you inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose, sealing your lips and creating a really quiet breath body. And so the length of your exhale breaths become just as long as your inhale breaths. And this rhythm becomes a part of your practice. It's truly the music of your practice today. Aligning your breaths to align your thoughts so you can disconnect from the outside and you can start to practice a really present part of your practice and focus. I love integrating essential oils into my practice. This is peppermint. It invigorates the stimulation of your breath. It's really great for sinuses. It stimulates this alert, awake energy within. And so this is a great time to set an intention for your practice today. Whether it's a mantra, a powerful word, it could be a sweet reminder for yourself. So take 2 more breaths. And then slowly, you can manually draw the knees in toward one another. Gently roll off of your block bolster to one side and come up to tabletop position, facing the right side. Stacking your shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Spread your fingers wide. We'll move through some cat-cows. So as you breathe in, dip your belly, pull your heart forward and all the way through, creating this really nice arch. And then exhale to round and hollow out, drawing your chin towards your chest. Puff up your back body. Inhale, dip your belly, heart tugs forward and through. And then really round and hollow out. Nice. So connect to your fingers, toes, take 2 more. Feel your ankles root down so your ankles get a really nice stretch as well. You're awakening the finger muscles, your wrists. Nice. And you're feeling your breaths be this inspiration to your movement. Good. Now find your neutral spine and then curl your toes under and draw big circles way over to one side. Hips can graze your heels, way over to the other. Awakening through your hips, your toes. Find your center, walk your knees back a couple inches, lift the knees, hips, press back, downward facing dog. Nice, you can pedal out your feet or rise up to the balls of each foot. Get into your Achilles, your back body, feel your biceps spiral away from your ears, nice broad collarbones. And as you breathe out, feel your whole low core pulling nice and tight toward your ribs. And then once you find that stability, you can settle in and exhale. Nice. So take your time, walk your feet up behind your wrists for Ragdoll Pose. Feet at hips width distance, drape your torso toward your thighs, nestle your pinky fingers in your elbow creases, and just sway a little bit from side to side. Relax through your neck, your shoulders. Nice. Find your center, and you can place either the block or the can of soup, left palm down underneath your face, right arm up toward the sky, open twist. Bend into your left knee and extend, charge through the whole right side. Nice. Rotate your wrist one direction and the other. Great. Stretch your arm forward. Yep. Tug this whole right side down and then slowly release. Switch sides, bend into the right knee, extend through the left, all the way from the pinky toe up through the glute, the hip. Rotate your ankle or your wrist one direction. Nice, the other. Reach forward, streamline your arms, hug this whole left side scapula down, and then slowly release. Nice. Palms to hips, knees bend, lead with your heart and rise. Come all the way up. Stretch your arms overhead, Tadasana. Ground through your feet. Feel your quads lift up and off from your knees. Pull the lower ribs in. And then exhale, fold forward, bow down. Knees can bend. And palms to shins, halfway lift, heart forward. Tug your shoulders back. And you can bend your knees just a little bit as you awaken in the whole hamstrings, low back, lengthen through the crown. And then plant your palms, step back to plank. Good, so we'll break down a little bit of a different variation for Chaturanga. This time shift forward an inch, lower to your knees, lift your toes up, and then lead with your chin and your chest so that your tailbone actually lifts up. Let your heart melt down, chin melts down. This is a really nice release in your low back here. Nice. Now let the toes, the thighs come down. Gentle cobra, just come up about halfway. Keep the shoulders sliding back behind, lengthen through the crown. And now curl the toes, push up, plank pose, and press back, downward facing dog. Nice. And just take a couple breaths there. When you breathe out, feel your lower belly pull in. All right, so we'll do a slow flow, a Surya Namaskar A. Bottom of your breath out, gaze forward, either step, hop, or lightly walk to the top. Good. And halfway lift, heart forward, breathe in. Exhale to fold forward, bow down. And rise all the way up to Tadasana. And palms to heart, exhale. Good, inhale, arms up. Tadasana, and fold forward, bow down, Uttanasana. Palms to shins, halfway lift, heart forward, and plant your palms, step back to plank. This time, different variation, shift forward. We'll just do full Chaturanga, lower halfway. You can always lower to your knees if you need to. Upward facing dog, stay there for a breath so that your legs stay really active. The thighs, knees are lifted, shoulders are stacked right over the wrists, and press back. Downward facing dog. Nice. Couple breaths. Gaze forward, bottom of your breath out. Step or hop to the top. Good. And halfway lift, heart forward. And then fold, bow down. Nice. And rise all the way up to Tadasana. And palms to heart, exhale. This time, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips low and keep your knees and thighs connected. Try to travel your hips back just a smidge. Soften your shoulders down. Nice. And then take an open twist like a backstroke to the right. And then keep the palms facing the sky. Try to breathe in this whole right side. Focusing on lots of heart opening today. And come back to center, arms up, breathe in. Open twist to your left. Good, awakening through this bicep, the chest. Come back to center, breathe in, arms up. Good, airplane your arms back, dip your heart forward. Lengthen the crown of your head forward. Now ground through your right leg, single leg Tadasana, left leg lifts, rise up tall. A little bit of balancing. Flex through this left foot so that your leg is at about 90 degrees, heart stays lifted. Nice. All right, palms to heart, airplane, Dakasana. Take your time, dip back. Keep your palms staying at heart. And then allow this left hip to travel inward just a little bit. You can micro bend in the standing knee. And then travel down standing split. So just welcome into this hamstring. You can keep the knee bent a little bit. You can also use the block or your can of soup there. Internally rotate this left thigh. Nice. Now push down, create a halfway lift in your heart, and step it, lunge it way back. Lower to your back knee, runner's lunge. Palms to the inside of your front foot. And you can toe this front foot up and across toward the top right corner. You can stay up on the palms or lower down to the blocks, elbows, forearms to the floor. And this is up to you. If you want to keep this a little more active, the front knee hugs closer toward your shin and your shoulder. This back knee can actually lift. Or you can take it like a yin posture, really relax so the back knee lowers. This front knee can even drape out toward the right side. A really nice stretch in this whole left side hip flexor is great for runners, cyclists, climbers, surfers. Nice. So then rise back up to your palms. Place your left palm down. We'll take a quad stretch. You can even use the block as well. Right arm reaches up and back for your back toes. Great. And then guide this heel to the outer left side of your hip as you keep tucking through this left rib so that your heart can shine upward. And this whole right side, it's a nice stretch in the chest. And then slowly release. Low lunge. Back knee lifts. Align your knee over your ankle. And then ground down. Spin your back foot flat. Open it up. Warrior two. Rise up. Nice. So you have this heel to arch alignment, and just see that you can see your front knee right over, right in line with your big toe. This back toe is pinned down nicely. And then the crown of your head lengthens upward. You're broadening through your collarbones, and the breath stays nice and smooth. Beautiful cats. Beautiful, you guys. And reach forward, extended side angle, elbow to the thigh or the inside or the block option. This top arm can actually come upward and forward, this diagonal, so that you're internally rotating your bicep. You're tucking through the under right rib, so it's almost this gentle twist, and keep spreading this weight out evenly, lifting through the quad. Nice. And then reverse your warrior, so stay low, lengthen back. Good. Continue to send the energy of the knee toward the outer pinky toe. Pull your lower ribs in. Now reverse triangle, straighten out this front leg, keep reaching back, so it's this side body stretch. Nice, the quad stays lifted off of the knee, the ribs pull in. All right, transition, gaze toward your bottom left toes, start to parallel this foot. We'll move through prasarita, parallel the feet, nice. And then just align your feet so there's more weight moving inward, and there's a foundation in both sets. Good, and then you can find a halfway lift as you push down, lengthen your heart forward, send more weight into your toes, and then fold forward. Good. And then halfway lift again in your heart, left palm down underneath your face, right arm up, open twist. Good, and you can take a half bind or wrap, palm behind the low left hip, tuck through the left ribs, send your heart forward. Good, and then release, switch sides. Right palm down, left arm up, tuck through the right ribs, send the weight into your toes, continue to breathe. Half bind, palm to wrap, or on your low back. And this whole idea is to continue to create the same length in your spine, this really healthy posture. And then slowly release. Nice. Turn your left toes to the back. Low lunge. Frame your front foot. Now root your palms down and move like you're moving through slow motion. Sweep your left leg up and back. Three-legged downward dog. Great. Now bend the knee, open up through your hip, and draw big circles with your knee and your hip joint. Try to square your shoulders forward. Nice. And then re-extend. Square the hips. Flex through the floating foot. Shift forward. Plank pose. Ekapada option, Chaturanga, lower down, nice. Upward facing or cobra, and press back to downward facing dog, nice. And take 2 to 3 solid breaths here. And if you're feeling a little overheated, you can always open up through your mouth, cleansing breaths. All right, and when bottom of your breath out, gaze forward, bend the knees, step or hop to the top. Nice. Halfway lift, breathe in. And then exhale to fold. Good. This time chair pose, but take your feet at hips width distance and place your palms on your knees. Nice. Now take a cow pose in your spine. Really exaggerate this arch. Really good for hips. And then a cat pose in your spine. Round, hollow, really tuck through the tailbone. Again, cow, heart opens, breathe in. And cat, really round and hollow. Nice. And then just find a neutral spine. So that place right in between those two extremes. Stretch your arms up and overhead. And I'll place a block in between cat's legs right here. You can also put a pillow. All right, now palms come through heart. Prayer twist to your right. Left elbow hooks to the outside of the block, the knee or the thigh. Good. So leverage the elbow into the knee so that you can continue to create this length right here and keep pulling this left hip back. Nice. Come back to center, arms up and over, heart lifts. And then palms come through heart, prayer twist to your left, right elbow hooks. Elbow into block or the knee. And try to broaden through the collarbone, stacking this front shoulder. Nice. Come back to center, arms up, breathe in. Fold forward, dive down, Uttanasana, and this time parallel the palms, flip them up toward the sky for gorilla pose. Yeah, flip the palms up and slide your palms underneath your feet so your toes kiss the creases of your wrists. Good, and then find a halfway lift in your heart, and then a fold forward. Try to send your elbows outward and then forward toward the palm trees if you're on this tropical island. Separate your glutes and your hips. This is a really great release for your low back. All right, and then release your palms. Release the block. I'll release it for her. Good. All right, and then slowly rise, come all the way up. Single leg Tadasana. This time your right leg lifts up and off. Charge through your left leg. Flex through the right foot. Lift from your heart and the crown. And then palms come to heart, airplane, Dakasana. It's like you're moving through mud nice and slowly. Yeah. Keeping this right hip rotating downward, heart staying lifted. And then a gentle standing splits, diving down. You can use a block if you like, but just ease on into it. And then push down either into the floor or the block, create a halfway lift, lengthen up, and then lunge it, step it way, way back. Travel all the way back to runner's lunge, palms to the inside of your front foot. Again, the props are here for you, and then your choice. You can stay active right here, really engaged. The toes are rooted, heart can lengthen forward, hugging this front knee in, or like the yin posture, really relaxed, back knee lowered. The front knee can drape out. You can rest elbows on block, bolster, pillow. And this is a great time to stay connected to your breath. And I'm going to give Kat some more peppermint. Let her stay reminded to invigorate her breath. Really great for digestion, breath, energy. And you have all these VitaFlex points on your feet also connected to vital organs that can help release and stimulate. So let's take that quad stretch. Rise back up to the palms, right palm down. Left arm lengthens up and back for back toes. Nice. Guide the heel to the outer right side of your hip. Keep tucking through the right ribs and then feel that release in the whole left side of your chest. Great. And then slowly release, back toes. Low lunge, so just align the front heel to the hip, back knee lifts. Spin the back foot flat and then open it up as you inhale, warrior two. Great. And just check in. There's all these little details that can support a really great focus on alignment. And that's the beauty of your yoga practice. It continues to evolve no matter where you're at, whether you're just beginning or you've been on this mat a million times. Root into your back foot. Now reach forward toward the palm tree, extended side angle. Good. Top arm can find that diagonal. So there's this straight line from the front line, front fingertips, all the way down through your back toes. Keep tucking through the left ribs. Nice, cat. And then reverse your warrior. Stay low, legs stay the same. Paint the sky and the sunshine with your fingertips. Feel the weight of your front knee continuing to hug through the left side of your toes. And then reverse triangle. Just continue to reach it up and back. And without locking the knee, just feel that little bit of softening, but this engagement through the quad. Now gaze toward your back toes. Start to parallel your left foot. Continue to reach over toward the toes and swing your torso through Prasarita. Nice. Parallel the feet. See that they're in one plane. Create that same halfway lift, lengthen, and then fold. Nice. So we'll just maintain this hamstring stretch. And then let's invite in a nice chest expansion. So with the feet grounded, interlace your fingers now back behind you. Good. Squeeze the heels of your palms, stretch your knuckles up and away. You can also use a towel or a t-shirt here or a strap. Nice. And then slowly release. Halfway lift in your heart. Steer your right toes out to the right, low lunge. Frame your front foot. Root your palms down. Move slowly like that. Slow motion movement, right leg lifts, so you're reversing this core connection, and then bend the knee, open up through your hip. Nice, you can draw big circles inward and out. Good, square your hips. Inhale, shift forward. Option, Chaturanga with Ekapada, or just root the toes, upward facing or cobra. And press back to downward facing dog. Nice. Take 2 cleansing breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Last one. Stick out your tongue, lion's breath. Good. All right, gaze forward, bend the knees, step or hop, float. Nice. Halfway lift, breathe in, and then fold, bow down. Rise all the way up to Tadasana, arms up and overhead, and palms to heart. Nice. Now ground into your right and just step open up, open wide toward the left side. Just open it up. Yeah, big step. Nice. And then go ahead and just match your right foot. Just step to me and face towards the front. We're moving to tree pose. Yeah. So your right foot roots down, ground down. And your left foot lengthens either to the inner ankle, the toes can root down, or the inner thigh. Nice. Soften in your shoulders, find a drishti along that wide open ocean out there on the horizon. Lift through the crown. You can stay here, or if you'd like to grow your tree, you can. When we move into balancing postures, it helps, supports our drishti, our focus. So whatever sport we're playing, it brings about this true presence and true focus. Nice, cat. Hike the knee up to 90 as you breathe in. And palms to heart, slowly release. Samastitihi. Nice. Other side, so left leg roots. Right foot can be used as a kickstand option, or foot to the ankle or the inside. You can use your palm to lift. And once you find your breath, it's great to think of hips pointed forward like headlights rather than how open your knee gets. And steady gaze. If you'd like to grow your tree, you can. Feel your ribs pull in. There's all these details when you focus in alignment, breath. Good. All right, hike the knee up to 90, single leg Tadasana. Breathe in and palms to heart. Slowly release. Nice. Just step to the top of your mat. One more final Surya Namaskar A before we wind down. So stretch arms up and over, head Tadasana. And fold, bow down, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale, heart forward. Plant palms, step or hop or float back, Chaturanga, lower down. Upward facing or cobra, press back to downward facing dog. Nice. Lift your right leg up to the sky. For half pigeon, knee toward your right wrist. You can lower to the back knee. If you have tighter knees or hips, you can always go to your back, or you can even wedge a block underneath the hip. Up to you. Now try to lift through your chest and make sure that the back toes aren't cyclicking out. And either stay on the palms, or you can crawl forward, laying down on your elbows or your forearms. And take 3 really slow, connected breaths. And since you're still a little active, encourage your back thigh to come forward and your front hip to pull back. And it's really nice to get a little massage here. All right, slowly rise back up to your palms. This time you'll swing your weight onto your right hip and your left leg will come all the way up and over for a seated twist. If your knee is tight, bottom knee can extend forward. You can also sit on a block here. Root your left hip down. Place your left palm behind, right arm up as you breathe in. And then twist, right elbow to the outer knee. And then knee into the elbow, elbow into the knee. So it's not only a nice low back and a hip stretch, but it's also this gentle twist. Lifting from your heart. Good. And then a counter twist up and over to the right. Nice. And then find your center. Unravel your legs. Boat pose Navasana just for a moment. So hike the knees up. Palms can support the legs. This is really great to continue to build your core strength in all of your sports. Stronger core, stronger hips. Heart lifts, crown lifts. Option to release the palms up. Nice. All right, and then slowly lower all the way down. Hug your knees in, rock back and forth a couple times. Gain some momentum, front to back. And third, rock or so, cross your ankles, plant your palms, step and step back to downward dog only. Yes, and your left leg lifts, breathe in. Half pigeon, knee toward left wrist. Again, each side's a little bit different, so if you need to, you can stay up on the palms or go onto your back like so, crossing the ankles. All right, you can stay up or come on down to elbows or your forearms. And deep breaths. All right, take your time and slowly rise back up to your palms. Good. Roll the weight onto your left hip. Swing your right leg up and over. And again, if you need to, you can extend the bottom knee forward. Root your right sit bone down this time. Right palm back behind, left arm up, heart lifts, elbow into knee, knee into elbow, and start to turn and twist. Nice. And a counter twist to your left. And come back to center. Stretch both legs forward. Palms face the sky, lift through your chest, and slowly come on down to your back, one vertebra at a time. Stretch your arms overhead, point your toes forward. Take a full stretch and a deep belly breath in, and an open mouth exhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Happy baby. Stack your feet over knees, knees out wide. You can even wrap around the ankles, the shins. Send your tailbone downward and forward. And then hug your knees in. Give yourself a big hug. Honor your body and your practice, your dedication to your practice. And hug your knees in. Grab a nice final breath. And slowly release to Shavasana. Final posture. So get really comfortable. You can take a couple cleansing breaths. I'll use lavender essential oil to really relax into it, and right away just to let go of breath control. To drift off and away into a quiet space. And then take your time. When you're ready, wiggle your toes and your fingers. Rotate your ankles and wrists. Stretch your arms up and overhead. Take a full breath in. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Roll to one side. Supported fetal position. And when you're ready, rise up to face forward to a seat. Root your hips down. Feel your heart lengthen upward toward the sky. And just place your palms to heart center. And just tune into your heart for today, this authentic heart, unique, authentic space. Dedicating yourself to your practice and your body, your mind, your spirit. And palms to third eye, as we'll bow forward, honoring the light and love in each and every one of us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Meg.
All right, so we have a couple questions coming in. Katie has a question. Hi, Katie. What posture helps with tight hips? Well, we did some postures today. Half pigeon is a great one. Kat can just quickly, we just went into that one. Half pigeon where you're laying down on your, yeah, we can do the modified one. This is great. This is also figure 4, half pigeon modified. Anything with hips where you're crossing the leg. And then you can even come into a runner's lunge really quickly. That's also great if you have tight hamstrings and tight hip flexors, and really great for hips. So all those different modifications. Yes, awesome. And thanks, Kat. All right, hi, John. What stretches would you suggest to warm up before a surf? That's a good question. So for surfing, for me, I think it's really great to continue to get your hamstrings out. So lots of hamstring stretches where you can start. So you can even move into some hip flexors as well. Even just getting your body warmed with your arms and like your torso. So even movements like this, triceps and shoulders, and yeah, hip flexors. That would be a good start. And then your breath and visualization, of course. You can go catch some good waves. Scott. Hi, Scott. All right, does it matter how long you hold a posture for? It really just depends on the posture in itself. If you're balancing or if you're holding postures a little longer, it depends on what you want to gain from the pose. So it's all little different variables and variations. And there's so many types of yoga out there that I encourage you to try and to dabble into what style you're interested in and what you are attracted to for that time. And it always kind of comes in waves. So have fun. All right. Ellen, how do essential oils work? What kinds do you recommend? Awesome question, Ellen. Well, Kat and I love to use Young Living essential oils. They are the purest, high quality oils. You can use them in 3 ways, whether you use them topically, aromatically, inhaling them, and ingesting them. And so this brand is actually super safe, high quality. It's like organic food. It's really, really good for you. You can use them for mental support, emotional support, spiritual support, and lots of physical ailments as well. It's saved me in so many ways of just kicking just like colds, immune boosting, all that support. So if you want to chat, we can after. Come contact us. Last question, Jill. Hi. If I'm brand new to yoga, where do I begin? That's a great question. There's so many studios in this North County area. I would say if you want or are intimidated to go into an actual group class, you can get a one-on-one session. I'm happy to help with that. There's also amazing instructors in this area that I'm sure we can give you some different names for as well. Up in the Carlsbad area, Mantra Yoga is great for a beginner class. There's also Evolve Yoga down in Encinitas. Level 1s are just a great way to get your foundation of not only the Sanskrit and the names of the postures, but where you're at in your body alignment. And you'll be in safe hands. There's amazing studios up here and all around. So contact us. And that's it. Thank you so much, Kat. Thank you, guys. We hope to see you next Tuesday at 9 a.m. for some more support for your athletic movements. Woo! See you next time.